Have you ever found yourself scrolling endlessly on your phone, binge watching shows, staring into the void, or doing literally anything except what you need to do? Today we're talking about how to stop procrastinating, get shit done, and create your dream life. If this seems like something you're interested in, get cozy, stick around, we're gonna get right into it. So the first step is to figure out why you're procrastinating. This is because that procrastination is more than just being lazy, and it's usually a sign of something a lot deeper. Maybe you're avoiding something because it's overwhelming, or it's boring, or you're afraid of failing, or maybe you're just lazy. That's possible too. But whatever it is, you need to figure out why you're procrastinating doing what you need to do. So for example, let's say that you keep putting off working out. Ask yourself, am I avoiding it because I don't know what to do? Do I just feel intimidated by the gym? Am I just being lazy and making excuses for myself? Why am I not working out? And then once you've figured out why, you can make a plan on how to address it head on, because figuring out why is half the battle. So to do this, you can either journal or even just make a quick little mental note as you're watching this video on why or what it is you need to do to start making a change. Step number 2. Do I want to do it now or do I want to do it later? All right, so now you know why you're procrastinating. So what you need to do next is ask yourself, do I want to do this thing now or do I want to do it later? If the time is later, pick a time and say, at this time, I am going to do whatever it may be, and do it. Now, let's say you don't want to do it at all and it's just something you kind of have to do. If you do it now, you don't have to do it later and it gets one thing off your to-do list. For example, last week I had to run a bunch of errands and get gas, and I was lazy. I didn't feel like getting gas first. I was like, I'll put it off and do it next time, or I'll do it later. But then I got real with myself and I knew I just didn't want to get gas. I was being lazy. Getting gas is on the way to what I need to do. Just do it. And just doing it made me feel so much better about myself. The same thing goes with cleaning. We don't usually want to clean or like cleaning, but it's something that we have to do. So even just 10 minutes can make a big difference in breaking the cycle of avoidance. Earlier today, I had to go to physical therapy and I had about 10 minutes left. And so I cleaned for 10 minutes and I did so much. Step number 3 is understanding that only you have the power to make a change. The hard truth is there's no one coming to save you, and you're the only one that's going to save yourself. Your dream life, your goals, no one else is going to put in the work for you. That's all you. So what are you going to do about it? For example, think of yourself a year from now. One of you took action and another one didn't. The version of you who took action is going to be in a much different place than the version of you who didn't take action. So which version of yourself do you want to be? Do you want to be the more successful, higher version of yourself who took a little bit of action? Or are you content just staying where you are and not making any changes? And if that's your answer right now, you are content where you are and you're not ready to make a change, that is totally fine as well. But keep this in mind when you are ready to make a change, that it's only you who's gonna be able to do it. Step number 4, and I feel like this is probably my most favorite step out of all of these, is to make it easier to start. Sometimes we avoid things because they feel too big or too complicated, or we don't know where to start, or we just don't want to do it. Something that I do almost every single day, if there's something that I need to do, I'll ask myself, what can I do right now to make it easier to start whenever it may be that I start whatever it is I need to do. For example, if I need to shower, let's say after I eat dinner, make sure I have a clean towel. I can put clothes in the bathroom so I can change into them. I need to make dinner. I can make sure I have what I need to make what I need to make. I can chop up anything that may need to be chopped up. Or let's say I have to clean my guinea pig cages. I can start by making sure my garbage is empty and I have everything that I need readily available before I may start. Or I need to journal or read. I leave my journal and my book on my bed or next to my bed every single day, so when I get into bed at night It's right there. Your brain loves the path of least resistance, so make that path work for you, and not the other way around. Step number 5 is to do what your future self is gonna thank you for. Even if you can't do everything today, which is impossible to do everything in one day, do at least one thing that your future self is gonna appreciate. Example, let's say you don't have time for a full workout, do a 5-minute stretch. Are you too tired to read a full chapter? Read only 1 page. Literally, whatever it may be, and even if it is only doing one thing to the absolute max, do at least one thing today that your future self is gonna thank you for, and leave it in the comments down below what it is that you're gonna do. Step number 6 is to rest when needed, because rest is not procrastination. Listen to that again. Rest is not procrastination. Rest is crucial for growth, so that's why we need to remember that there's a key difference between procrastinating and resting, because rest is going to refuel you and procrastination is going to drain you. For example, scrolling on TikTok or Instagram for 3 hours, that's procrastination, but maybe taking a nap or going for a walk, that's resting. Whatever it is, just listen to your body. You can work hard, but also recover so you can keep going. And so if you've made it this far, I have some bonus tips to help keep you guys on track. Number 1 is to find an accountability buddy. So this means you can find a friend or a family member to check in daily with, or weekly, or a gym buddy, and say, at this time on this day every single week we're gonna go to the gym together. So I do that with my friend. On Mondays we go to the gym, and even if it's the one time I go to the gym in a week, at least I went one time. Tip number 2 is habit stacking, and I'm sure you've heard of this before, but this is adding a new habit on top of an already existing habit. So let's say you make your coffee every single morning. Maybe when your coffee is brewing, you can stretch, if maybe that is something that you've been meaning to do, or do a handful of dishes. And something that I love doing is tracking my progress, so I can see every little bit of the way how far I've come. The next tip is the 2-minute rule. If something takes less than 2 minutes to do, this ties into what I said earlier, just do it now. Every little 2-minute tasks that you put off that you can just do now is gonna save you so much time. The next tip is to use a timer. Set a timer for however long you choose and just hyper focus on whatever it is for that amount of time. And next, you can change your environment if you're struggling with something, if you're in a cluttered environment, because a clutter-free space is gonna in turn create a clutter-free head. Next, we're gonna have to break it down into small little steps. So instead of saying, oh my god, I have to complete this project or essay, say, I have to write a page, I have to write a paragraph. Break it down into reading 1 chapter at a time, instead of saying, oh my god, I need to read 100 pages. Whatever it is, break it down into as many little tiny baby steps as possible and make it as dumb easy as possible to do what you need to do. And that leads me on to my final little bonus tip, and that is to reward yourself for every little win you have along the way. Because every step forward is still progress, no matter how small it is. So with all that being said, remember to comment down below what one thing you're gonna do today that your future self is gonna thank you for. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! My kitty cat is coming to say hi. Hi, kitty kitty. I love you.